Hey, you're right guys, Trish Munch's Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 20 of Glee Season 4. We're on the final 3 episodes of this season already. I'm actually going to be watching all 3 of those episodes this week, just to kind of get Season 4 done, and then I know we have, I think it's 20 episodes of Season 5, I could be wrong on that, and then like 13 of Season 6, so we're kind of getting towards the end of this show now. In Season 4, like, I think it's safe to say, because it's only 3 episodes left, I don't think much of these 3 episodes is really going to change my opinion on the season as a whole, but I've enjoyed this season. I've been like surprised by it, because I honestly thought we'd go from like Season 3 and then Season 4 like way down here kind of thing. And while Seasons 1, 2 and 3 have obviously been better than this season, but I still think Season 4 has definitely had a lot of strong moments, more so than I thought they was going to have. I thought there'd be like maybe 1 or 2 really great episodes, but they've had a good handful of them. And for the most part, all the stories have worked, and some not so much. We'll get into that in the kind of character tier list, where we'll go through certain character stories for sure. But like I say, I've been impressed with Season 4. There's Season 5 now that I'm kind of worried about. I know we have Cora's tribute episode, but kind of after that, I'm like curious what they're going to do story-wise, and because no one, maybe a couple of people have kind of said they like Season 5, but no one's really said it's that strong of a season. Same with Season 6. So I'm more curious than anything to see what they do. I just like, what are they going to do with Seasons 5 and 6? So yeah, anyway guys, episode 20, if you enjoy, remember to leave a like. If you're new, remember to subscribe, of course. If you want early and uncut reactions to Gleek, then link to the Patreon page will be down below. I was about to say Gleek then. Gleek. Oh god, it's happening. Yeah, but early and uncut, send Patreon, social media, all that stuff. But for now, let's do this.
I went to scout out the competition.
These zoom-ins, look at it. What can we do with this app? Oh, let's just have the school run out of electricity and have the lights go out. Oh no.
I don't really think I need to be taking any advice from TV's Blossom and maybe Elaine Fairchild.
I mean, I'll take advice from Kurt. I wouldn't take any advice from Rachel. But, so I get that. Oi, some respect, come on. Really, Ryder, no one asked us to join in, but I mean, God, it's kind of ruined it, you know? It was kind of kicking off. What's Ollie doing? Pretty good. I'll go 7.5.
See that, guys?
Decent.
That's the kind of power and passion
I think Sam nailed it, but when everyone else started joining in, I was like,
next up, being plugged into the Twitterverse and the blogosphere. That
oh, is it one of those apps? Don't go on Twitter.
But
Oh yeah, I forgot he actually had a job.
Trump's quantity always.
Oh man, this is a tune, to be fair. I'm good. Is that Darren? Oh yes, Darren. Search up Hunter X Hunter Gon, G-O-N. That's who he looks like right now. He looks like Gon. I don't know that guy, but Blaine looks way better every time his hair isn't gelled. Every time.
Something went down at that school. It has something to do with you. Some way, somehow.
So now we've got like a big...
No one feels safe.
Really?
Set the record straight.
Everyone seemed to have gone over it very quickly, which I felt was odd, but I feel like Seasons 1, 2 and 3 I'd be like, cool, Rachel backstory, but I'm just like, can we just actually get Kurt backstory?
My mom enrolled
Boom.
after seeing me in front of the TV.
Now I'm happy. Why does he get the good songs though? I'm just trying to like imagine if Ryder wasn't Ryder, would I enjoy this? Like, the actual song. Is his voice actually good? I genuinely feel like Ryder's character aside, just voice-wise, I do think he might have the weakest voice. Which helps, because like I can put them both on both, like worst character, worst voice. Right, that was really boring. I'll go 4.
To get in touch with
Actually, I'm gonna go 3. It was really dull.
To tell you guys something. When I was 11, I was molested by my babysitter.
Wait, what? I thought he was gonna... That was not the road I thought that was going down.
As in a girl, like a teenage girl.
Yes,
Yeah, she
that
was like 7.
can happen. What?
Dude, you're 11 and some hot 18-year-old places your junk. I'd have killed for that.
Sam!
Why are you ashamed of this?
Oh my god. Are you all alright? Oh my god.
Guys, this is not something to high-five about.
Literally, fuck's sake. I can't believe Artie and Sam said that.
It's every teenage boy's fantasy.
Sam, please shut up, please! Oh my god.
I mean, kid clearly has superior game.
Yo, Artie and Sam just really went down, like, quick. Fuck's sake, man. Why do they do this? Like, that isn't Sam, that isn't Artie, like, saying shit like that. It's just not them. but now it just is, like, it's just their character now. It's the same thing that happened with Mercedes, was it last season, and Brittany. Just
feel like nobody understands.
I'm glad, like, even though it sucks, someone came to Ryder to, like, open up with him about it.
I do.
Because Artie and Sam's response and the like, response to the room was fucking... A tune, to be fair. A tune. Let's go. What is Blaine doing? Oh, he has a chain. Well. Well, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I was enjoying that. Oh. I got an 8, that was solid. Oh, we're actually getting a Sue solo. Imagine Sue walking down the hall doing that to you, and you're just at the bottom of the hall and she's coming in the dark, like... Sad Blaine with pom-pom on his head. Cool, well, I'll go with 7. It was alright. Well, that's that then. Now we get a storyline of Sue rising back up out the ashes and becoming the teacher she was originally, and no one will care less. I could see Rachel and Kerr getting ready to dip in, but I kind of hope this is just a Santana solo, I'm not gonna lie. I like how they're framed, this is pretty cool. It might actually just be a Santana solo. I saw Rachel sat there waiting to jump in, so I was like waiting for it. Look, she's still doing it, she's like trying to jump in at any point. God, this song's going on, isn't it? Oh my god, it's still going. Oh my god. This is like one of those theatre songs. Oh. GG's, GG's. I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad at that. I'm gonna check after this app to see how long this song actually was. I think that was genuinely maybe 5 minutes. I will go an 8. I do think it went on too long, but I'll go an 8.
Not like you guys. I don't know.
Because it was good. It's not my kind of song, but it was technically good.
Plenty of time to figure it out.
I need to tell you something.
Oh, we're actually fessing up to this one. They made it more like it's kind of a mystery instead of like something that actually happened and people would be affected by it.
There's one more thing this power outage can really drive home for us.
That Artie and Sam trash.
Singing a cappella.
I hate whistling.
Nothing but our voices.
Doing my acapellas.
Instruments.
God, that's a throw. How long ago was that? A year and a half?
Our voices.
Telling everyone that story, something I've been ashamed of for years. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what's going to...
I mean, yeah, at least this gave him, like, the platform to be able to open up about it.
It's working for me.
So, if it was working, I mean... As much as I don't really care about this story with finding out who this is, I'm also kind of curious about who it actually is. I'm curious who they're going to, like, roll on up.
Come on, I'll buy you a sub. I have like 20 more humiliating stories to tell you.
That sounds awesome, but I can't kind of have...
Oh, is it Kay?
I don't warm to people easily, and I was really starting to like you.
Alright, you can't hate him for that.
Find out who Katie is and we straighten all this out, we could go out then.
If this is working for him, I don't see it as that much of a problem. I do agree, like, he can't just focus just on this. At least we have, like, an actual story of Santana. Not that she's not had a story this season, I just felt like they've not done much with her character recently, so... It's kind of like a shit song, but also not shit. Also, I messed up last step. The last song was a Marley original, so... I mean, fair play, Marley. My mistake. It sounded too good to be an original, like... It's alright, 7 out of 10. I'm very confused as to why they didn't have a scene of actually calling Artie and Sam out. I mean, maybe they will. Yeah, that just felt a little bit odd. This is my thing, like, with Glee, and I've said it a billion times, but they'll just say things that feel out of character again. Like, Blaine cheating, out of character, like, and some of the other shit they've done in the past, like... And, like, just to reiterate, I don't like Ryder. I think he's an awful character, but this episode of, like, if you put aside everything Ryder's done in the past, like, this Ryder alone was, like, fine. Like, really, he didn't really do much. Super infuriating this episode. Like, him opening up about what happened to him in the past and how he was touched by, was it a teacher? I can't remember exactly who he said, but basically telling his story, and then for Artie and Sam to just be there like, wait, a woman? Oh, but that's like every guy's dream. Like, yeah, okay, it's every guy's dream to be touched up as a kid. Okay, great. So, and no one really called them out on it. They were just like, okay, but yeah. I mean, Marley kind of called them out, and I think Tina kind of popped up a little bit, and then Will as well. So, but I felt like it wasn't like enough. It wasn't like much for them to be like, yo, that's not like, you can't say that. Like, he's literally sat here in front of everyone opening up about something that he even said he's kept a secret for years because he always felt embarrassed by it. I think that's what he said exactly when he was talking on the computer. And then just for like Artie and Sam, like imagine actually responding in that way if someone was opening up to you. Like, so Artie and Sam are fucked. That's like two other characters. Like Sam was pretty much on the ropes anyway, and Artie, actually Artie, I even said in season 4 like Artie's not even been that bad this season. He's been alright, but now it's just kind of like great. Like unless that's brought up to them and they're gonna actually take it head on, but it's Glee. It just won't happen. So yeah, that just felt weird. I felt like Sam was kind of, he's had a low point early in the season and then he was kind of getting a bit better recently, but now I'm just kind of like, well, no. Two more characters that were kind of doing alright that are just kind of fucked from just stupid writing. Like, I think it's one of those things where if they said that and then they'd have a conversation about it and been like, okay, this is why it's not alright to like say, oh, it's a woman, so it's, you know, this fantasy, and maybe, like, I get they're still kids, so like whatever, but still, they didn't do that. So unless they mention it in the next episode, which they could, they very well could, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. So yeah, Ryder's story, again, I didn't love the story, but I did like the scene of him kind of opening up a bit more, and I just didn't really like the aftermath of that, and the fact, again, like what Artie and Sam said. So yeah, and I'm curious, I guess, about who's on the other side of his computer, but I'm really not that bothered. Like, yeah, when we'll reveal, I'll be like, okay, that's who it was, cool, but I'm not like, I need to know who it is, and I think that's kind of what they think people would be feeling with, but it's just really not. Well, Sue, I really did not give a shit about Sue. Like, I've really grown tired of her character, basically all of season 4. It was starting to happen in season 3, I was like, I'm bored. I'm really bored of Sue, and it's just season 4, whenever they try and give her a story, I'm just kind of like, over it. Like, oh, she wants to be back as coach, clearly, and she's defending Becky and making out she doesn't give a shit. It's just like, okay. The power went out, so that was something that happened. Santana, Rachel and Kurt, I like Santana kind of like getting back in touch with her older dreams of like wanting to dance. I felt like that was a good story. Rachel and Kurt, I wasn't that bothered about. Like, I guess it was like a whole ballet thing. I'm not like a huge, I mean, wild guess, I'm not like a huge fan of ballet or anything like that, so. But yeah, I like the idea of like a character kind of getting back in touch with their older dreams, and that's kind of what Santana's done, so I like that. Not so much Kurt and Rachel. I like Kurt, it's just I didn't really like the story kind of going on for those two. I think that's everything. It was alright, it was an alright episode. I think that it had like a couple of good moments. A couple of moments in there that just pissed me off, and then other than that, it was just kind of by the books, basic. It wasn't really much to write home about or really be too hyped up about. There was, like I say, a couple of moments in there for sure. But nothing that spectacular, to be honest. So rating, I'm going to go maybe a 7. It was good, like bottom of the barrel good, I feel. It's one of those episodes I'm not going to remember. It wasn't bad, I wasn't like bored by it. There's a couple of moments in there that I was a bit like, okay, but other than that, I wasn't like bored by it. It was just by the books, okay. So maybe it's not even a 7, maybe it's kind of how I felt with the last episode, where it's just maybe like a 6.8 or something. Again, I think that's the same rating I gave the last one. Yeah, I'll go 6.8. I think it was fine. Again, like standout moments were the Santana story, Ryder opening up a bit, and a couple of the songs, I guess. That's really it. So yeah, I'm gonna go 6.8. And Ryder's like opening up. It's like I still don't like Ryder's character. It's just something that I felt like the scene was good, but then kind of ruined by Artie and Sam's response. I felt like a response like that. I'm not like annoyed at them having that response, because I felt like a lot of people do look at it that way, like, oh, like for a man to be touched up as a kid by a teacher or something like that. Like, I feel like a lot of guys do have that kind of mindset of, oh, but I've always wanted to be touched up by my teacher. Like, I've always wanted to sleep with my teacher, so you're like a really lucky guy and all that stuff. Like, I feel like that is a mindset for a lot of people, and I think if Glee kind of like mentioned that and then had a conversation with it, it would have been fine. Like, I wouldn't have had a problem with that, because yeah, Artie and Sam, what they said was stupid, but you know, they can be told why it was dumb to say, kind of thing. Because that isn't the issue, it's just that they kind of didn't do that. They literally didn't even try and touch on them while they're saying being a bad thing. So, and like I said, it could be next episode, we'll see though. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like, enjoy, let me thought the episode down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time for episode 21, the penultimate episode. Until then, peace.